For over a decade now, Paris Saint-Germain has been one of the most fascinating and frustrating teams in world football. Known for their flashy signings, record-breaking transfers, and star-studded lineups, PSG built a reputation as a club that chased the spotlight. Yet despite their domestic dominance, one trophy they truly desired, the Champions League trophy, remained out of reach. However, in 2025, something felt different. PSG are no longer just a collection of superstars, they've transferred into a well-balanced unit. This video explores the journey of PSG evolution, from a marketing powerhouse filled with celebrity players to a tactically disciplined team that is considered the best team in Europe. The transformation began with the Qataris taking over in 2011, which ushered a new generation of wealth and ambition for the club. PSG quickly assembled a squad of high-profile names. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Thiago Silva, Cavani, and Di Maria became the early faces of the evolution. But the real shockwave came in 2017, when PSG signed Neymar from Barcelona for a record-breaking €222 million. Just a week later, they secured 18-year-old Kylian Mbappe for another €180 million. The ambition was clear: PSG would buy their way to the top of football. On paper it worked. The club dominated French football, winning multiple Ligue 1 titles and domestic cups. However, in the Champions League, PSG constantly fell short. In 2020, they reached the final for the first time in their history, only to lose to Bayern Munich. Then came the arrival of Lionel Messi in 2021, which many thought would finally complete their dream. The trio of Neymar, Mbappe, and Messi? Unreal, ridiculous, overpowered. Yet even with that front three, PSG failed to progress beyond the rounds of 16 in many campaigns. Critics point to the lack of balance. The team relied heavily on individual brilliance, with little chemistry or defensive structures. PSG became a symbol of the modern Galactico experiment, glamorous, talented, but hollow when it really mattered. The big shift happened around 2023, when Lionel Messi left for Inter Miami and Neymar moved on, and the biggest change of them all, Kylian Mbappe, the face of PSG for years, was on his way out. For a long time, PSG built everything around Mbappe. He was the poster boy, the goal scorer, the superstar that fans looked up to. But as he edged closer to leaving, something surprising happened. Instead of panicking and replacing him with another huge name, PSG made a bold, and in hindsight, a brilliant decision. They changed their approach. They brought in Luis Enrique as a manager, a coach known for his tactical discipline and team structure. Under Enrique, PSG stopped trying to be a celebrity club and instead focused on building a real team. They invested into young talent like Barcola, Doue, Kavicha. Who knew the real superstars was in their back garden the whole time? But perhaps the biggest surprise was the rise of Ousmane Dembele. Many doubted Dembele when he arrived. His time at Barcelona was full of injuries and inconsistency. But at PSG, with Mbappe gone, he was given a new role and he embraced it. Dembele became one of the most important players in the squad, not just for his speed or his flair, but for his work ethic, his pressing, his creativity. He wasn't just dribbling for highlights, he was creating chances, tracking back, and leading by example on and off the pitch. Dembele took Mbappe's role and became the man of Paris. PSG stopped being about egos and started to be about the team. Now in 2025, we're seeing the results of the change. PSG has won the treble, one of the greatest achievements a team can win. PSG proved a lot of people wrong this Champions League campaign, beating Manchester City in a do-or-die game, beating Liverpool, who was considered the best team in European football, beating Aston Villa, and beating Arsenal, beating all the Premier League teams, the league that's considered the best in the world. They demolished them, they killed them, they trashed them, and in the Champions League final, 5-0. The greatest display of pure dominance I've ever seen in the Champions League final. The PSG of 2025 isn't chasing stars anymore. They're building something stronger. Losing Mbappe could have broke them, but instead, it freed them. In his absence, players like Dembele rose to the occasion, and what the club gained is balance and a united squad with a purpose. Ousmane Dembele is finally reaching his potential and proving he's not just a flashy winger, but the cornerstone of the new PSG's era. Nasser has finally got his dream come true, and PSG are in a new chapter. If you went on to enjoy the video, please give it a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.